welcome. How are you? Chef Anna. Today I have a nut to crack. Okay, let me get my knife, I forgot. Kimberly, how are you, love? Long time no see. I'm doing good. Well, actually, I got a little cut, and you know how you cut right in between that little fold here, and I just want to give my hand a few days to heal. So it's in the process of healing. You know, it's went through a little infection here and there, and I have to wear a glove, but it's not too bad. The reason I wear a glove today because I'll be oops, shoot. Sorry. I'll be handling food today, and I also be cracking this coconut, and I don't want to expose my hand to the baby here. Okay, so this is rice cracker. Okay, it's not a typical rice cracker. This is the Cambodian rice cracker. Let me show you how it looks like. Yes, absolutely. I want to welcome all of you, and I have been gone for the last few days. That's just because I needed to get my hand healed. It wasn't a knife. I was doing the dishes, and one of the like this, it fall onto the sink, and I was doing dishes, and one of the small pieces, and it just shattered and landed right into my little middle finger there, and it did a little bit. It wasn't a big cut for some reason. I think it's just cut into the wrong place, so it make like a little exaggerating. So I give my hand a few days to heal, and it was Valentine, and then a lot of things going on in between. And we went out and eat and spent some evening attending an event here and there. So I thought that I'd give my excuses, okay? But so today what I have is that my friend Lucy, she worked at the donut shops. I'm sorry, Lucy, forgive me. It's not a donut shop, okay? She worked at a nail shop. She's a nail technician that she does nail with a lot of famous people. And she worked here in Las Vegas. She's away from the Hollywood folks. So she always be bringing things from the shop, okay? Because the Vietnamese ladies, they share food. Sometimes they bring food to sell, and sometimes they brought food that they don't expect to be eaten, and then they can't eat, so they bring it. So Lucy always curious about bringing food home, which is fine with me because some of this food I cannot get it anywhere, you know. So it was nice to be able to get some of this food from, especially when it's free, you know, and free and serviceable. And because to get this rice crispy here, I will have to take a journey to Cambodia, okay, where this particular rice cracker is produced, okay, or in Thailand. I'm not sure in Laos. I'm not sure in Vietnam, but for some reason, it came through Vietnamese ladies, so I guess they must do have this type of rice cracker in Vietnam also. So this is called Cambodian call it Am Bok, okay, Am Bok, and Thai call it khao mau, which is, so khao occur during the months of December up to till about February, where the brand new rice are being harvested from the field, and they will dehusk it and bring them fresh harvest rice home. It have to be fresh, okay? It doesn't work with old rice. It have to be fresh harvest rice, like the first season, like the first harvesting. So and then they will separate the haze and separate the stalk through the process of whatever the farmer do, you know, remove the grain from the husk, and they collect a whole bunch of rice and put it in a basket or container, whatever, to bring it home. To do this is a long process. Let me tell you the history of it, okay? It's called Am Bok. Am Bok mean you have to do the pestle and beat the heck out of this thing to get this rice to form. Okay, so I see some husk here. So the process of it is to harvest the first season. Okay, the first, like, once the rice grow, okay, on the stock ready to harvest, the family will harvest the rice first and bring it home, and they get together with the family, get together with the villagers, and then it need an army to do this, okay? Because once you do this, because they only do this like once a year, or if the rice is bi-seasonal, it depends on the rainfall or depend on the hydraulic water where they can keep the water to irrigate, to grow rice, because rice grow on mud and damping and waters. It's not like a regular crop where you water daily or weekly. Rice have to grow in, like, it sit in the water. Once it grow into grains, and then the farmer would drain the farm, allow the dirt to dry up, the mud to dry up, and allow the rice to, like, going through process of ripening it, because the rice will get rotten if the land is not being dry. And so the farmer will do the process of draining and removing the water by using a little canal, and allow the water to, like, evaporate or to run, and let the farm sit for about a month or so until the rice is fully ripened, and they will harvest it, and everybody will come together. And then so it take a little bit of work for people to work together in a team. So there'll be people who cooking it. Okay, so with the fresh harvest rice, okay, it have to be fresh. Okay, you cannot be drying for months or year. It doesn't work, because don't ask me, because growing up, my grandparents were doing the same thing. So it's called Am Bok. Am Bok occur like in the month of January, December, when the first harvesting come. So someone will be roasting it, put in the pan and roasting it until the rice have the little crack pop, just like popcorn, and then you know that the rice is done. So when it's done, then we remove the rice into the pestle. The mortar and the pestle, and the woman, the big one, though, you know, not the small one like I have here. This won't work, okay? It won't work. This they need something like that big and that long. So they will pour the fresh roasted rice into the mortar and the pestle. There'll be like the pestle that big, you know, and then they were pounding on it. And then there's it's almost like a spatula, you know. They're going to rip them though, you know, when they make this rice crispy. Man and woman, at least two of them, have the pestle each, and then they, you know, and then someone will be like, one of the free hand will be like scooping, you know, turning it, and then you have the pestle going to rhythmic, like you're doing a music, like you're creating a track. It sounds like that. It's really interesting, right? I'm not exaggerating. So when you can do it alone, when we do it alone, when my mom do it alone, on her right hand she will hold the pestle, and in her left hand she will hold the spatula to turn it, go. So until the roasted rice get flattened, okay, like flattened like that. Oh, you probably can't see it get flattened, okay? It's not like American rice cracker, you know, where they've gone through process of roasting, probably frying, I'm not sure, you know. So it's different than rice cracker. Let me show you why it's different. So American Rice Crispy, you know, this is a brand name, right? Like that. So that is what I'm gonna be doing next for someone's birthday. So this is the Rice Crispy with cereal, okay? And of course, with a bunch of marshmallows and what else I need? And butter can turn into rice cracker cake, Rice Crispy. So with this right here, I have not tried to make Rice Crispy out of it, but there is traditional way that we do this back in the day, where the grandparents I'm doing the YP. I'm doing the Cambodian dish, okay? So I probably in Laos doing the same thing, in Cambodia, and I know Thai and Cambodia are pretty much close to those are to the country that I am quite acquainted with. You know, I speak the language in Laos and some Vietnamese, but I have not traveled to Laos. I have traveled to Vietnam 4 times, and I live in Thailand, and I was born in Cambodia, so I'm already have early exposure to the cultures and the food preferences. So this is the rice crispy that made from. Well, I got it from some Vietnamese lady, so they probably got from Cambodia or in Vietnam. You know, a lot of Cambodian people, a lot of subgroup people, Cambodian live in Vietnam. So I'm not sure what are their cultural preferences as far as making this crispy rice. Okay, so like I was explaining earlier, that involving harvesting the first harvesting of rice when the rice plus ripened, they will harvest it, they bring it home, they will destock it, bring it home. Involving family members, some will roasted the rice with the peel on it. Okay, I mean it have to be raw rice, unprocessed, before it's being milled. So they will roast the rice, and then they'll put the pestle, and then they will beat until it's flattened like these, and then they will remove the bran by putting in a flattened tray, and then they just they just win it out. You know, it's easy process. If you visit Cambodia during this time, if you visit certain village, you will see people performing this type of cooking style. It's really fun. I grew up doing that. There was a tray big as this called engrais. No, not engrais. Engrais is the pestle. Well, Thai called gadong. Gadong is like that bamboo basket, the flat bamboo basket look like tray. So they put the rice in it, and they will feather the bran out. Okay, or what left out of that is that they have to beat this until the bran are separated. I don't know how it worked, but it worked. Okay, so there was the process of beating this rice until the bran and the husk of the rice broken, and then they just feather it out. They just win it out by, you know, that flat. Engrais is the pestle. Engrut is the, I don't even know what that donkey thing called. Gajur is the basket. I'm sorry, my Cambodian flew out of my head. But anyway, so the process is fun, right? Grow the rice, harvest the first harvesting, bring the rice, destock it, roast it, put in when it's popping, put in the pestle, and then beat it until it's flattened. And then separate the stalk, no, not stalk, the bran and the husk by winning it out, feathering it out like this, and then you do it in the wind, where you kind of toss it out higher in the air, you know, allow the husk and the bran to be separated, and then what is left is this beautiful rice cracker here. Okay, it's flattened. It's done. It's safe to consume. Excuse me. And because it's produced from the new crop, I can smell the jasmine. This is probably from the jasmine rice, so you can smell the beautiful aroma. It's almost like chew into vanilla extract. Okay, so it's done. So I probably had about a pound worth of it, so there's probably about $10, $15, $20 worth of this rice crispy, which I got it for free because Lucy, she's a Vietnamese descent. She worked at the Vietnamese nail salon, and just like the other day when she brought the beautiful jackfruit. I dealt with jackfruit last week. I made delicious cake to it, and fortunately Lucy loves it, so she took the cake back to the woman at the shop. So the woman at the shop loved the sticky rice cake that I wrapped, so it's still on my video. And they send more, say, oh, she's Cambodian. Do you think that she know how to do this? They don't want it back, but I just want to show you how we can consume this. So in Cambodia, as you know, in the day where we don't have refrigeration, so those old people, they know how to keep food. So this you can save this for a few months without it getting stale. But it getting too long than that, and it gets stale because rice get old quick, and once it get old, it gets stale So just like bread, okay, you cannot have bread sit for a year without being stale, or you turn into a little, what do you call it, crouton, okay, and you add it with your salad or add it to your dressing during Thanksgiving. So it's already done, okay. So what I need to do today is to make it, to put dressing onto it. So to do that, it requires coconut. So in the day when this time of season, men will go collect the young coconut. The woman will be home with other women. They will help each other. It's going to be like a company of people cooking this together, because it only happened during the harvesting season, which is taking place in the month of December up all the way to December. Now I know that some of the part in Cambodia, Thailand, they grow rice twice because there's great demand for the grain. So in order to cook, to make rice during the season, they call na prang. Na prang is when they grow rice during the monsoon, okay, where the high rice water. So men, it's different kind of rice to grow during the monsoon, because regular rice don't grow in monsoon, because like I said, it need to be drained down until to the bare bottom, allow the earth to get hardened, and men will go into the farm and harvest without any sticky mud. But the na prang, or Srai Prang, they will go on the boat and harvest the rice. So it's a little different. So the rice that I harvest during the Na Prang is a little different. Okay, those are the kind of rice that they turn into flowers and stuff like that. It's not for regular consuming. So I went and got this young coconut. Young coconut, you can get this from mixture from American grocery store, but typically you can get this from Asian grocery store. Very, very not too bad. So this thing is about the price is about $4-ish, okay, $4.99, probably $5 the most. So it depends on where you shop, okay. If you shop into like a large supermarket, Asian supermarket, it could be a couple dollars cheaper, okay. So in the process of shipping it to US, they wrap in a plastic bag to keep the freshness of it, and they keep in the fridge. So I kept this in the fridge for the last few days. So as you know, the young coconut are different than the regular coconut. The regular coconut is hard shell, okay. I use part of it for the cooking earlier, so I still have this. I might use some of this, and depend on if my if my young coconut is fresh, okay. So so there, the sound of the nut is inside here, but then I probably have to, it's a big seed here, okay. So the young coconut husk is a lot easier to remove than the mature. This is be hard, because then when I was in Thailand, they have tool actually, like, you know, like jab into the coconut shell and then break it. You know, you have to use force. But for the young coconut, you don't need force, okay, because the shell of the husk of the coconut is not mature, and it's easy to cut into it, just like here. Yeah, so just like here. But I won't be able to do this with this mature coconut, because mature coconut, the husk is already ripened and it's condensed and so hard, and you wouldn't be able to crack it open without getting professional help. So that's what I did when I was in Thailand. I collect like at least 50 coconut, because we held like a big event, the commemoration for my grandparents. So we do a lot of cooking that require coconut milk. So I went and bought some, and the villager brought some, and I went to pay for at the monastery to kind of help donate to the monk at the monastery. So then I have crew to come in to help remove the husk, to get the seed, so that they can crack it and make cooking out of it. Usually the curry soup or dessert that require coconut milk. If you've been around with me, you see that a lot of Asian dessert do require a lot of coconut milk, okay? So it's Lauren's birthday. Well, happy birthday, Lawrence. Happy birthday to you. May the year bring about prosperity, patience, love, and good health, okay? Good health is important. Once we have the health, we can have the wealth, okay? Even you have all the wealth in the world and you don't have health, we're not going anywhere with it. Okay, so much of the out interior, exterior of the shell been removed. So they save a lot of this husk to keep the coconut fresh. Okay, this is the kind of coconut that they drink juice out of. Okay, so actually this is already mature. Same thing, yeah. So it's not as mature as this one. This one right here does not produce milk. These produce milk. Okay, this berry has juice and develops some flesh inside of it. That's what I need, the flesh and the juice, so that way I can blend and infuse and process my ricecrispy. Okay. So coconut has has this anemone that look like human. Okay, it had eyes, 2 eyes. Okay, it had a spot that looking like monkey eyes. Okay, and I'll tell you why. Let me see. I think okay. I think the light might be too bright. But anyway, there's 1 eye, 2 eyes, and then supposedly this is a lip here. Okay, so the seed, this is a seed of a coconut. This is the largest seed in the world. Okay, there's none other seed as big as coconut seed. Within seed, there are coconut flesh here. Okay, and this is where the we get the coconut milk, the coconut cream, and the coconut oil that we use for our cooking. We use it for our skincare and all that stuff that came from this nut here. Okay, I found a video that show how to that process, and it's about 2 minute, 3 minute videos, and I have to break into small, probably 3 sections because the short, to do the collaborative, it'd have to be a minute long, and I probably have to do like a 3 sections of it, show how to process and make coconut oil out of it. Okay, I know how to make coconut oil in a tradition sense too, you know, but then we need a lot of coconut dough to get like, you know, like a couple ounces of coconut oil, because, and you wonder why coconut oil expensive. Anything they have to do like extracting the oil, like olive oil, sorry, coconut oil, sorry. Especially the smaller the seed, the more expensive the oil is. Okay, I'm trying out the new lipstick. Lucy came home yesterday and said, "Sister, I was finishing up the Valentine heart last night, and I gave it to her. I have to post the short for the Valentine heart crochet." She came into my room. I'm sorry, sister. She Lucy had a lot of makeups. She had too much. So last night she came in and she gave me this lip color here. She told me that's supposed to be the matte kind of matte lipstick that doesn't come off. It does come off. And she said this color will look good on yourself. So I tried it out. That's too bright for me. I'm too little like mauve kind of color girl, you know. When it's too bright, I'm like, you know. But then I got brave enough to put it on brighter today. And she gave me some eyeliner, lipsticks, and lip liners, and a few other things, and the mask. She's telling me I have to start using masks so that way, you know, reduce sign the wrinkles. So she's like, okay, she's trying to take care of me, which is beautiful. Because Lucy, she had more time in the world than I am. When she came home, she eat and she have time to pamper herself. On the contrary, me, when I'm home, I'm retired, but I work like more job than I before I retired. So with the husk here, I will air dry it, and this is good for to feed to your, if you have plants, okay, especially orchids, because in Thailand, Cambodia, orchid actually grow on the coconut husk, okay, but they have to go through like a process of drying it really good, and then you either put them together and grow orchid in it, okay, or cut into smaller pieces and put into the orchid plant, it'll work, okay? Because this is young coconut, so it will take days to dry this. So let me do that. Let me put it in the bag separately and remove it from here so I can start cooking. But I'm telling you that how coconut shell and coconut husk work in the land where they know what they're doing, okay? In America, we don't do those stuff, so we don't know what it's good for. But in Thailand, Cambodia, where all the orchid been removed from the tropical environment, and all kind of orchid grow on big trees, and they bring it home and turn into like a business garden. That's what they call it. So yeah, the coconut husk are good because in Thailand, Cambodia, or in Vietnam and Laos, they use it for the burning fuel. Okay, they dried it up, especially the one that's already mature. They break like I did here, and they save the husk for cooking. So that's what I used to when I was in Thailand. And just for the fire starter also, you know, you just shred it up into smaller pieces and do turn it to fire starters, or use that as a cooking. It worked, you know. I mean. I know it's not eco-friendly, but then part of the world where they don't have access to electricity, access to stove and oven like we do, people still burn firewood and fuel to cook their food. So everybody doing that, so it's not against the law, it's not against the ecosystem, anything like that, because that's what they do to survive, that's what they do to live, you know, so no one can take that from them. So to do this, because of course I'm gonna have to cover myself just in case things didn't go the way I want it to be. Then I still have my hands with me, my arms especially. I already got boo-boo here. I don't want any more boo-boo on me. So let me get a glass for this. Last time it was a lot of juice. Let me get a bigger glass. Hold on. Goodness. I don't even know where the regular glass go. I don't want to use this fancy glass. Okay, so let's see if we're gonna fill this up. Okay, so because it's a young coconut, there's still a lot of juice in it, and then I didn't really hear rattling like the mature coconut, because the coconut you'll be able to rattle it. You can feel there's an ocean water in it. Okay. All right, so let me crack this because the shell is not quite mature, so I don't need. Oh, you know what? Let me do this instead. Then okay. I won't be able to do this with the mature coconut. Okay, so let's see if I'll be able to drain this. Well, I need an outlet. I should pierce another hole to allow the juice to come out quicker. Hold on. Because it needs air. Okay, let's see, it's gonna come out quicker. Okay, Einstein, what do you not do wrong? Do right. Okay, so the meat is very young. Tell you. Hello. See? Perfect. And you know when to stop. All right. So that's how much juice coming from this coconut. Last time I had this huge coconut, I collect almost a glass and a half of this. Okay. It was a lot bigger. This one is small compared to the one I had the other time. And this one too, almost like, well, this one is a little bigger than this one. And look at how much juice I have in here. And the juice, it smells so good. I can take a sip. Goodness, where all the glasses go. Believe me, there are glasses that I don't want to touch, okay? There's so many fancy glasses here. So let me sample this. It's okay, it can drip in here because I can use some juice in here. Oh, ooh, it's nice and cold because it's been in the fridge for that many days, for at least 2 days. So, wow. Nice and fresh, okay? Nothing like from the can. Okay, if you want fresh coconut, you have to get the fresh coconut here. And as you see, the way I do mine, you don't even have to pierce it, okay? So there's a little tricky part here. Is one of them supposed to be very, very, because it's young coconut, the shell is not quite mature, so you'll be able to break it easily. So poke one of this little guy here, okay? There's 3 of them. There's 3, almost like eye, nose, and 2 eyes and a mouth. So it had that little character. This is enemies of the coconut. Okay. This one right here, it has the same thing. Okay. But right here is hard. It will be able to pierce it. But when it's young like this, you can do a lot more than the old coconut. So the juice is very refreshing. So nice and sweet. You don't need extra sugar. Don't add sugar because you're gonna ruin the nice fresh coconut milk, coconut juice. Okay. Let me remove it. I know I'm prone to accident, but man, this thing right here, it tastes so good. It doesn't have that crazy taste. The processing where they put in the can, you can smell the can, and then you can smell the plastic. But when it comes from this nice shell over here, it's just so refreshing. So I'm just saying that if you see this baby right here, bring some home and enjoy, okay? And I'll show you how this, the meat inside of this coconut is a little different than this guy here, okay? These are mature, they're ready to like process milk. This, no milk. It's a baby girl, okay? This is a grandmother, a mom, baby girl. Her boob had no milk yet. This boob right here produce milk, but you have to express it though. You know, it don't just fall off like, no, it does not do that. It have to go through that crispy process, okay? I just love coconut juice. It's so delicious. It's better yet when it comes from like a real fresh coconut. This one is very fresh. How can you tell if it's fresh? Okay, so this is husk of it. So it should be this color right here. Okay, if it's brown, if it has brownish, tarnish, mold, stay away. Okay, that means that the juice inside is no good. Okay, you can't get flavor. It will be stale. It will be stingy. It'll be sour. That's called bad coconut. This one is very fresh. I can tell by the flavor of the juice. And then remember the color? Yeah, that's a young coconut color that they already removed the out layer. Well, this is still the out layer, but then the green part has been removed to ship it. Okay. Because sometimes we don't know what we're doing. So to do this, let me see if I can, no, I have to crack this, okay? To do this, here we need something sharp, okay, and cover your hand really, really well, just in case, like me, you know, just in case things didn't go the way you want it, so then you don't cut yourself. Okay, so, because it's still resisting, see that? You need a hammer. You need a goggle too. So maybe make sure that it doesn't, the pieces does not land in your eyes, because it have tendency to do that, okay? I mean, out of all the body part, you know, the nose, the mouth, land in the eyes. Just like it know what it's doing. Okay. Now, last time I used help. Okay, let me find it first. I don't want to use the pin. My goodness. I wanted it on the granite because his marble floor or his marble countertop is more expensive than coconut. So sometimes it's a lot easier to remove this when the juice is inside. Ah, it came off. Okay. Bula. It's so tender. The difference between the young coconut and the old coconut or the mature coconut. We don't try to call her old. It's like, I'm not old, okay? I'm mature. There's difference between old and mature. So there's a old say that when women compared to a woman who aged gracefully, like a fine wine. Okay, in Cambodia we call it as fine as a coconut, mature coconut. The older the coconut get, the milkier she is. That's what they're trying to say, that woman get more beautiful when she get older. It's a nice compliment though. If they say that, well, you're fine as a coconut, it's a good compliment. But in America, it's like, you're fine as hell. No, don't know what hell is. Okay, so you're fine as heck, you're fine as hell, you're fine as gold. But in Cambodia, it's like, you're fine as coconut. Like, yeah. The older the coconut get, the more milkier she gets. So that's why they're trying to say that aging is a process of being beautiful. Take it from me, I live to be an old lady. Okay, so remember I have this tool right here. Okay, grab one. Okay, not in American grocery store, they don't have that tool. Excuse me. One doesn't fall off. Okay, so grab it from the Asian store. I got this from the Filipino grocery store. Sorry. Filipino grocery store. They have these. Sorry. It came off. I was supposed to get one from Cambodia or Thailand, but I went to the wrong part of the country where they don't have this thing available. So I only got the carving tool. Okay, and I got this actually in America from one of the Filipino grocery store. I can't tell you because I'll get flagged on TikTok don't allow us to say things. Okay, let me wash my hand because I touched my hair. So to do this, okay, we already have these done, ready to go. We don't need stuff today. Everything is like just like Rice Krispy treat. Oh no, Rice Krispy treat needed to melt the butter, but this is better because you don't need the heat. Okay, so I cleaned this nicely already. Okay, so it's clean. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna go ahead and shred this. Okay. Oh, let me try this way then. They're too skinny. Because this is young coconut. Okay, it's the texture will be different than the old coconut. I might use both. Okay. So look at that. It's so nice and tender. And that's wonderful thing about young coconut is that it's so flavorful. It's so tasty. And then this is what we do. If I'm not use this for the cooking, put it in my drink like that. Okay. And that's what you taste when you buy the coconut juice from the can. They use one of these baby, they chop it up in a small square pieces and they add it into your drink. So when you do it at home, this is what I do. We'll use the spoon. Okay, you use the spoon and spoon it out, it's fine too. Okay, so instead of toasted champagne, yeah, because I don't drink alcohol, so this is a beautiful drink. What I do is that I'm trying not to scrape too much of the brown part of the coconut shell. So that would be like the fiber of the nut. Okay, so we just wanted to gently remove the white part as much as possible. Look at that. Oh, so beautiful. It didn't come out too good though. I mean, the cracking was really bad. It's fine. Okay. So this is a bigger piece. I'm gonna try to work it from the inside out. I mean, from the bottom up. You know, Asian people, especially Cambodian and Thailand, they use a lot of coconut for the cooking, for dessert, for the curry, for any type of cooking that required coconut milk, coconut juice, and that's why they grow so many. And that's just because, you know, just like in Hawaii, I'm not sure what Hawaiian people use the coconut for, you know, because I have not done any studies, so I can speak on behalf of the Pacific Island folk, you know. But I know that in Philippines had a lot of the culinary that's similar to Cambodian cooking, just like the cake, the steamed cake, the puto, you know, those, we have those too. But then we steam it from either from the regular flour, rice flour, or from the palm. From the palm fruit. Those are really nice. Next time when I do get the palm fruits, either I can't get it fresh, but I probably can get it from the can or from the frozen section. We can do the steamed palm cake, similar to puto. Okay, except that we just use substitute it with the palm flavor, just like the pumpkin cake. Well, we steam it into a little cup like these, you know, just like how the Filipino do the steamed rice cake called puto. I know puto, you know what it means puto in another country, but then in Filipina, it's beautiful steamed rice cake. Yeah. Well, the piece is a little bit bigger than what I expected. Okay, I was supposed to get like fine shredding. If I do this on the ripened coconut, it'll give me a different texture. Huh? See, I can do fine texture, but with the young coconut, for some reason, these is not for it. But that's all I have, so I'm gonna have to make it work. So what I do is that I will save this shell, so that way I can put my sweet in it once it's done. Okay, so there we go. It's pretty much. It didn't clean completely. That's just because I'm trying to avoid to scrape too much of the brown part, because the brown part it's no flavor. Okay, it's not the best part in the cooking, because it's a little bit bigger than I expected. I will have to refine it a little bit. We can go ahead and make it a little bit smaller. This is it's no good. Okay, it's just not working. Let me. Oh, my bad. Let me do what I do best. Okay. I don't have to refine this, but then it won't blend very well with the rice. Okay, so I'm gonna have to like manually do this and refine it a little bit, so make it a little tinier pieces. Okay. I know that's what's gonna happen, because I did this before on the young coconut. But it just take a little time. Please be patient with me. I'd like to welcome. Hey, today just easy cooking. Okay, I'm making what do you call it? Crispy rice crispy, Cambodian rice crispy. It's called Am Bok. In Thailand, it's called khmer, and I'm not sure what it's called in Vietnamese. Well, these are here sent from a Vietnamese young lady from the nail salon, and she bought them and probably didn't know what to do with it. Actually, this rice crispy had flavor already. Okay, I probably don't need any sugar to it, but if you like, you can add some palm sugars or pale cane sugars or any kind of sweetness of your choice. Okay. But today, because I'm doing low sweet, so I probably, because the coconut milk, the coconut juice is already has some sweetness into it. That's what I'll be using a little bit of it, okay, to soften the rice, because the rice is crispy, it's very crispy. And this right here, this rice crispy here from Cambodia, you can eat it, okay, because it's ready, it's already done, so you can eat as it is. So in Cambodia, during the time, well, not long ago, when Thailand and Cambodia was having the little unfriendly attack, people do send this rice crispy to the front line, so the soldier will be able to eat this. And because it's grain, because it's rice, you know, if you eat enough of it, it's gonna fill up, just like you're eating rice crispy, just like you're eating a bowl of rice, because it is rice, it's a grain, but just that it's just different format of grain. Okay? And because of this right here, it does not need fire to cook it. You just consume it as it is. And because the men are busy fighting, they don't have time to cook. So when the people send them these type of food, it allow them to not have to worry about cook the meal, or that they will have meal that they can eat, that does not need meat, does not need vegetable, you know what I mean? It's a snack, but it's a meal, it's a filling. So that's what people do in Cambodia when they send this to the men from front line, and they eat this. They eat this this crispy rice. And the reason I know, because I listen to the news, and because in the month of January, when it's like the heavy firing where Thailand is really attacking Cambodia, a lot of servicemen was in the hideout because they're being bombed and being fired at, and people can't cook and can't have the smoke because they protecting their territory, protecting their boot camp. So they weren't allowed to cook. So people will have to eat already made food. So when they send these type of food, and men don't have to prepare and cook, so they just have like a cup of these, and then they will fill them up for the whole day. So this is what it is, because this rice right here is very, very filling. You know that rice are a gluten, and they good source of good source of grain. Okay? And because the way they cook this, there's still a lot of bran in them, so it's still very healthy. Okay? So the young coconut is a little bit different than the old coconut, so I'm gonna mix them because I didn't have enough. I should have gotten 2 young coconut, and then it would be good. So this coconut here is still fresh. I had this from my other cooking I did the other day. I just wrap it and put it in the fridge. Don't freeze this, okay? Because if you freeze it, it's change the textures of it. Unless you're gonna keep it in there too long, and then you probably have to freeze it. But then I don't recommend it. If you want fresh coconut, why bother freezing it? You know, you want the freezing one, frozen one, then get the frozen one already. The one that's already been shredded in the bag, and you just use the frozen one. The whole purpose of having fresh fruit and vegetables and buying fresh, and then have to freeze it. So with the mature coconut, I was able to like really do fine grating beside the young coconut, which is not quite ready. So it didn't come out the way I wanted it, but no harm done. It worked perfect. Okay. With the shredder here, if you want big pieces, you just press it hard, and then the big piece will come out. Okay. Well, I did that with the almond joy. You know, I did the big pieces, but here I needed a finer shredding texture. I just want to welcome all of you if you just got here or what did Lauren celebrate the birthday. 2.5 hours. Okay. I had some coconut juice in here earlier, okay? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and measure this. We'll do about 2 cups or so. see if I have enough shredded coconut. I'm not going to add any sugar. Oh wow, it's about 2 cups. To make it officially 2 cups. So these are ready to eat kind of thing. Like I said, we eat this as a snack, or when the soldier, when they they eat this as a meal. Oh, it smells so good. The crispy rice crispy here, because it made from the new grain, the new rice. It smells really good. So I'm gonna add some coconut juice. Okay. We're just gonna do about half of the cup first, because I don't want this to be dampened, okay? But because my mom gonna be eating this, I need to soften it for her. Okay. Other than that, if I make for myself, I can just add a coconut, shredded coconut, and then I don't have to worry about adding the extra juice. But then some folk do, you add the regular juice, extra juice into it. And here we go, our coconut. Oh man, it look good already. Okay, look at that. This is what I remember grandparents do. Okay, this recipe right here came from the family that I grew up with. Because in Cambodia, everybody making the same thing, especially at this time of the year, where the rice are being harvested fresh, and then you know, the family coming out together, and the villager come out together, and then they make this rice crispy here, and they make big enough where, you know, they can reserve this for a couple months worth of food supplies. So when they go in places hunting or fishing or somewhere, they can just put in the little bamboo basket and take it with them. And yeah, this would be perfect for camping. See, okay, let me flavor this if I need any sugar in it. Okay, I mean, let me taste it, because it already had a little bit of coconut juice in it already. It will get softened soon. At this moment, the Rice Crispy is still crispy. And that because it would take a little bit of time for the juice to set in, and for the coconut flesh to set in. In a moment, maybe about an hour, this would get a little bit softer. Okay. Let me add a little bit of salt to get the better flavor. I have pink salt. It should, I don't know where the other white salt go. Anyway, so if you're gonna do this, you have to get it from the Asian store, okay? American don't carry this unless you get the Rice Crispy and make Rice Crispy treat, and you're cool. But this right here, it's from Cambodia. But this, I got it from the Vietnamese friend of a friend. So I think they may make it from Cambodia too, because a lot of Cambodians live in Vietnam. So it might very well that produced by the Cambodian folk or the Vietnamese folk. I'm not sure. I traveled to Vietnam off and on many years ago, about 4 times to be exact, and I never seen them making this. Maybe because I went during the time where the rice is not available. So I haven't been to Laos. I'm pretty sure that because we're neighbors, we might share the same common recipe. But in Thailand, definitely. Okay, definitely in Thailand, Cambodia for sure. Now it tastes better. Okay, to do this, you can serve your family with a cube. So, you know what else will be great with this? Roasted. It won't be hard. Okay, let me roast the sesame seed. I'm gonna be second. It'll be just a second because sesame does not require too much time to prepare. Ah, I have dark sesame seed. It's going to be even prettier. Remember that the sesame seed, the roasted sesame seed and the coconut, when you put them two together, I don't know, they to me they taste like a new couple, you know, like the honeymooner couple, because it just goes so well together. I don't know, that's the best description to it. Okay, so here you go. You can add a little vanilla to it, you know, or almond extract to get the flavor, or jasmine. I have jasmine, but the reason I didn't add anything in there, any extra flavor to it, because the rice already have natural jasmine flavor, because this probably is jasmine rice. With jasmine rice, it's already had natural aroma from the rice. So I don't want it to distract the natural aroma of the rice already. So oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Okay. So will someone remind me that I have something cooking, because I will forget. Okay, so we'll wait for the sesame seed. Okay, remind me, I might burn the flame. Okay, there's another way to do this also. To do this, you will need the help from the banana leaves. Okay, so I have banana leaves from the other cooking, so I'm gonna make a little box for it. This is where the cooking technique coming from. Okay, the grandparent used to do this. So I removed the excess water from the leaves. It was frozen, so I used the hot water to thaw it, so it's a little wet. I bought extra groceries so I can cook, but I came on a little bit early because I have things to do in the evening, and I haven't been here for like 3 days, so people probably wonder, where did she go? No. People do inbox me, yeah, are you okay? You know, people are checking on me, and I really appreciate that. Marriage or Mirek? Marriage? I'm sorry, I'm not good with names. Okay, forgive me. Yes. It was nice for people to ask, are you okay? I haven't seen you. You know, I mean, because I used to come on here every day until my hand got hurt, and I want my hand a chance to heal, so that way, you know, it doesn't get infected. It was a small cut, and then when it get infected, it got nasty and looking like, okay, am I gonna lose my finger? No, it's not bad, you know. I mean, it's healing, so it's healing. I got cut like millions of times, so I don't know why I'm worried. Okay, anyway, so to do this, I would need a little help also. Okay, let me get some help. Will he be too big or too small? Okay, remember we do this folding. Okay, we need something. Okay, let me move over here so you can see. Move my coconut out of the way, because I'm a disastrous in a definition. I do. Okay, let me get some toothpick. In Thailand, people use stapler, okay, to avoid any kind of metals. We don't need stapler. We just gonna go with the ancient way. And ancient people don't have stapler. How did they survive through this? They used the head instead of modern technology. Yeah, so. Oh, the banana leaves smell so good. I roast this on a very, very low fire, okay, low heat, so that way it will allow slow roasting taste better. Okay, so oh, it's raining. A little bit of rain. It says 60% of rain. I said maybe scattered rain. Las Vegas getting rain. Oh man. I got a phone call from my best friend early in the morning, and I was not in a position to answer the phone call because I was very got up and I'm still like half asleep. So I forgot to return her call, and she called back again. I answered. She's in Las Vegas. So she wanted to meet up, and she came here. She said her daughter need to get her medical service here. I said, Las Vegas? They have best medical treatment over here? I'm not sure, but you know, from Stockton, California, they do have some. Well, they have access to Stanford University Medical Center and then a few other universities medical center. But to be over here, that's new. Okay, so there we go. I secured it with the pin. Okay, I still able to just this two part here. I'm still able to like. Okay. There you go. We got a little container here, okay? I mean, in the day where grandma and grandpa had no Tupperware, that's what they do. They got smarter than me. Now I'm just learning what my grandparents used to do back in the day. Now they're gone. I got the concept. You know, last night I lay in the bed and I was just saying to myself that being born in Asia, it's hella cool. If I were born in America, you know, without telling me, I would be like, I won't have the kind of experience, the kind of knowledge, the kind of intuitive that I do. You know, I mean, I'm not saying Cambodian are the best people. For some reason, you know, I have to give it to my ancestors and people from Thailand, Cambodia, super smart in the day. As you know, the Cambodian, they're good with their handiwork and their carving and their it's called stone masonry and all that. And you see that the history said that on the wall. You know what I mean? The whole universe is being carved into the stone of the wall. So hey. So making this is nothing, okay? So to reinforce this, I would need another piece on the bottom here. Okay, so I'm gonna fold this up and measure it up and give her a plate. All right, that big. It smells so good. The aroma from the rice crispy, it smells so good because probably it's jasmine rice, and it's a new rice. If you want if you buy a new crop, okay, it's called 2026 crop. It's a little harder to cook than the old rice, because old rice can multiply about 2 times as much, but the new rice does not multiply because it hasn't had time to sit to get old, to get mature, not old. She said, don't call me old rice, you know, mature rice, okay, just like mature coconut. Don't call her old because she get hurt. So to do this, I already got my my container here. I can fold her down a little bit and allow to see her a little bit better. Okay, we can do that. To do this, allow to give her a little bit of reinforcement. Okay, there you go. You can do this with banana leaves, with lotus leaves. Okay, not elephant ear though, because elephant ears it's no good. It'll itch you. Okay, it had whatever those chemical in it. Okay, there you go. Cute, right? I mean, nice. Okay. Simple. I just use one cup measurement cup, and this is egg 8 inches, 8 by 8. Okay. There's one 6 by 6 was smaller, and then was 10 by 10, a little bit bigger. It depends. And I just run to this 8 by 8, and that's the only size they have. So I just grab it. Okay. So we have reinforcer on the bottom here. Okay. So I can put my finger through, and then yeah, we're gonna go ahead and. I could have added some color to it, but I want it natural. Unless I do pandan, you know, pandan is supposed to be natural green color. Okay. All right. There we go. Superstar for today. Okay, 1 serving. Love it. It looks so gorgeous. I add some more coconut in there. Okay. After all, she's married to a coconut. We got ricecrispy, natural ricecrispy from Cambodia. I have to think. I have to send one of these to Lucy, friend. When she sample it, never know. The wealthy woman, they can they can buy extra. So just like jackfruit, you know, the jackfruit is worth about $50. She sent that to me for free, so I enjoyed it. I gotta thank her for that. You know, jackfruit is ridiculously expensive anyway, you know, because it's so huge, and they weighted by the seed, by the rinds about that thick, and then you got a little collections of coconut, not coconut, jackfruit, and yeah, you pay for everything, and then you didn't get everything, save for the seed and the flesh of the jackfruit. I still have it in the freezer because I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do next is that when my hand completely healed, I'm gonna do mochi. I'm gonna blend it really well and make mangoes. No, not mango, jackfruit mochi and ice cream mochi. That's something that I have to try. Okay, all right, here our superstar. Let me sample it. Perfect. How you know it's done? It gives you that little cracky, they pop like popcorn, okay? That's how it's done. But make sure that you roast this in like very low heat because it's such a small seed, okay? Very small, okay? And there's a white one and black one. I think I told a story about this, okay? Those who had not been with me. So my grandfather grow sesame in a big farm, right? So to get to his farm, we have to go through the mangrove where all the wild monkey and have to go through that little passage and go through the little thick wood area, dense wood area where all the monkey live at. And when the monkey see us as being so unfriendly, my grandfather used to have musket or a machete with him to scare them away because they would come down and try to attack you or pick the fruit and throw at it. I usually I'm just like cling to my grandfather like crazy because I don't like those monkeys were so friendly. I mean unfriendly. So my grandfather grew this at the farm far away from the village. To get there, you have to go through the mangrove, the thick wood, and the monkeys and the rest of the other animals. So, and then I discovered a trail of what you call this baby, the worms. Oh no, it's not the worm. It is the worm. What do you call those? Caterpillar. Okay, because in Cambodia they had beautiful caterpillar with like all kind of knitted the hair, because they have like very beautiful different species of a beautiful exotic butterfly. So when you get the exotic butterfly, the little worm are also exotic. They have like beautiful color of green, yellow, black, and like the skunk looking, and then had all kind of hair and fussy hair, and then because they love to feast on the seed of the sesame. So when I went to my grandfather's are out in the farm, in the garden, and I'm by myself, you know, I'm exploring, and I walk into this like trail of those worms, you know, those caterpillars. They were like marching down to the garden. They said, "Yay, you know, they're gonna go munch everything in. They're gonna eat in one day." Was like was stripped my grandfather farm into rubble. You know, so I'm looking at them like I'm like I'm scared. You know, I think that's how I got freaking out because I don't like caterpillar. I don't care what color caterpillar. I think in my childhood memories of early exposure to those type of creature, and it scared the heck out of me, and I was screaming at the top of my lung, and my grandfather rushed over to my shady. He said, "What happened?" I said, "Grandfather!" You know, like I'm running. He said, "Of what? Of the caterpillars?" So he used a torch, and it was heartbreaking to see them, you know, being torched, being hewn down by the fire. Because if you don't do that, because my grandfather grew his sesame organically, so it's no bug spray, there's no pesticides, so that's why the caterpillar like march down, like millions of them down to the farm, and some of them already start munching, and there's a lot more. They just bring more family, you know, to feed because they need to become butterflies, so they have to eat. So no, my grandfather hewed them down. I'm like, okay. So from that experience, I'm like, no thanks. So, but I went back and forth with my grandfather to his farm though, because I for some reason love spending time with grandpa. Is the coolest man, you know. He was in his, when I was at that age, my grandfather was in his 60. Yeah. So, but my grandfather was a fit man, you know. He had muscle and everything. He didn't do workout, but then just working on farm and on the garden, and they walk everywhere they go, you know, or he ride horses or oxen cart. But other than that, they're very fit. So yeah, from that experience, I'm like, okay, with the monkey experience, I'm like, my grandfather, don't be scared. You know, my grandfather didn't try to make a meal out of the monkey. At that time, we don't have to eat monkey or nothing. But though, you know, people kill monkey for the brain. They said the monkey is so smart, they want to eat the monkey brain to be smart like monkey. I'm like, okay, I'm a human, you know, and I'm going to eat the monkey brain to be smart. I don't think so. We go to school, the monkey don't go to school to be smart, you know. We're like, okay, go ahead and eat monkey brain. And you don't have to go to school. I'm just saying. So growing up in Cambodia was like, give me a good start of livelihood. You know, I where all that life grow there in Cambodia. You know, when I came to America, I have to deal with a kind of different kind of monkey, and people that can't stop harassing. You know, I call them monkey people because they're so unfriendly. Just like the monkey that harassed me, and the mango grow. You know, the same thing. He picked up. There's certain fruit in that thick wood, like the big as a banana, big as the coconut, and to pick it and throw at us, like those monkeys up to no good. But it didn't bite me though. I was afraid it was gonna bite me. That's what I was afraid of. Okay, so I'm making another container here. Okay, lovely container made from banana leaves. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and do that because that's where we're gonna serve our ricecrispy today. Yeah, so growing up in Cambodia was a lot of adventure, just like a little house on the prairie, you know. But it's a lot more adventure than that. But you have to deal with the tiger and the monkeys and pythons and all that stuff. It ain't funny, you know, because python and anaconda in Cambodia are very prevalent. They live there because it's a monsoon, it's dense wood, so they live there. They live out there, you know. Remember when my grandfather caught python one time and they slaughtered it, and the whole village ate it. I'm like, you know, they eat anything that they can find. I'm like, really? Yeah, that python was so big, and all men in the village come and slaughter him, and that was sad. And he was spotted near my parents' home too. I was kind of glad that they removed him because I'm afraid that he's gonna come at night and eat us. You know, python, they can eat a cow. So let alone me, little girl, he's gonna swallow and like not have to chew it. First he can constrict you, you know, until the bone crack, the bone, every bit of your bone, like, and then he go, oh yummy, you know. I think he did that. He ate the pig in the village and stuff like that. And the men find out that, you know, the chicken and the pig are missing. And they see the trail of him coming. So they went after him, got him from the mango grove. So, yeah. They slaughter him good. You know what I mean? They feast out of him. No, I didn't have any. Just look at the python. I'm like, no, thank you. Nothing look good. They barbecue it, they cook it in a lot of spices. I'm like, okay, I'm out of here. No, as a child, stuff like that is real traumatizing, you know. Worse yet, when I was looking, when the python was being slaughtered, everybody come to watch, and some stupid idiot pushed me right into it, and I fell on the python. Oh, even he was dead, but it was like it's so scary. And that's why, not only that, I'm scared of the caterpillar, I'm scared of snake. Anything that crawl, just like earthworm, I'm okay with it. The earthworm, I'm deal with it. And then caterpillar, I don't like. And I tell you what happened to caterpillar. So I had a little garden. My mom said, Vana, go get me some chili pepper, okay, from the garden. Okay, mom. I was over there and I noticed that the chili pepper was kind of bare, you know, no leaves. And I'm like, I heard, I was picking the pepper first. I didn't notice anything. I heard, and my ear was like up like this. That sound familiar, like I'm on a high alert. So I heard again. You know, those caterpillar, the big one, the green big one, it make noises and had horn and all that and big eye like this. Ah! So at the sight of the caterpillar, I scream from the top of my lung. Not only that I scream, I jump. So I step on the plant. I step on the chili pepper plant down to the ground, screaming. My mom came and she like, what's going on now? I said, what? You know, by the time I got the word out, my mom said, oh. She shook her head and then she went and squashed those. Not only one, no, there's a few of them. Yep. Leeches, no, I have story about leeches. I'll tell you another day. Well, now anything that had no foot, I'm done. I'm okay. I'm not friend, no enemy. They just leave me alone. No, I don't like those things. Growing up in Cambodia, I was supposed to be like, you know, I know everything, eat everything that crawl. No, not like that. I don't eat everything that crawl. At the time, Cambodia don't have to eat anything that crawl. You know, I mean, we have plenty, more than plenty to eat. And after the Khmer Rouge, people started eating weird stuff. I'm like, okay, I just shake my head too. Like, okay, they eat whatever they need to survive. So I can't really, this one broke. I can't really condemn them, you know, but literally, it's just like, I'm disagree with it, but you know, if people have to live in starvation for that many years, of course, they're going to eat anything that crawl, you know. But it's just a life experience, the traumatic experience that we went through with growing up, you know. I mean, we experienced them. That's what makes us great, you know. I mean, without all the experience, man, what's wrong with all this leaf? All of a sudden now, without all this experience, oh man, shoot, one more then we should be done. Okay, I have to serve a few people. But don't you like it though? You know, so cute. Look at that. Okay, cute little box here. Okay, I can make cover also, and so that way it'll stay fresh. So I have two so far. So let me move this back so you guys see what I'm doing. Sorry about that. So yeah, growing up in Cambodia was full of adventure, full of memories. In Thailand also, in Thailand, it was not too much fun, okay, because we came as refugees. So though my dad is from Thailand, my grandparents from Thailand, everybody left to their homeland, save for my dad and myself and my family, because I was born in Cambodia. We was like, oh no, we my dad have to pay a lot of money for us to become citizenship at the time, and my dad didn't want to. So at the time when Red Cross and United Nations already created refugee camps, so we just We just moved into refugee camp and lived there until we came to America. 5 years in the refugee camp. It wasn't lovely at all. So many stories in refugee camp that I can write a book about, you know. Mostly like depressing story. But though there's some funny story too, you know, because I always make the best out of out of every situation, you know. Man, really? Let me put them together and see if it work, okay? If that not work, I'll be crying. I'm gonna use the coconut shell instead. I don't have to do nothing with it. So yeah, so in refugee camp, mostly depressing because I'm in a refugee camp. I couldn't do much, you know. But in Cambodia, I did a whole lot because we live in a village and we own land, we own homes, we own all that shitty stuff. So there's no depressing, which is learning, you know. But in refugee camp, there's nothing there, say for unhealthy living condition. The food was not fresh. Everything was not, this was like nasty. But then we make the best out of it, you know. I mean, I survived through it, so I can talk about it now. I'm gonna use a reinforcer here because I broke it also. I have the mender right here. But then you know, the few things that could happen in a refugee camp is that I learned the language. I speak extra. I learned extra. I learned extra dialect. Okay, so I can read both Cambodian and Thai. By living in a refugee camp, I was they allow us to go to school, so that was the only thing that I remember that was like a good memory that coming out from living in a refugee camp. And the rest of that was like not pleasant. I'm sorry, folks. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in here. I'm done with that dingy thing. Okay, I'm done with that. So I'm gonna put some of this on the bottom, and I have a little bit here. So yeah, the banana leaf has gotten tricky now. Okay, so I'm not gonna worry about that. Yeah, remember I can use this. It's clean and serviceable, and it smells so delicious. Why not? Okay. I got the first two good. I don't know what happened. Maybe I'm talking too much and it's just get too dry. I'm not sure. Sometimes it happened. I'm tired of her talking too much. Yes, I know. I understand that too. Okay, so here we go. Beautiful. I'm going to add the rest of the coconut here. Yeah. Oh yeah. This is rice crispy treat. This is Cambodian rice crispy treat. You guys, okay, you never seen this because it's not made here in America. Okay, it's made from Cambodia or Thailand or somewhere where we where the rice being grown. Okay, I don't know where rice grow here in America. Oh, I know in Sacramento, but it's owned by a Japanese family, so they grown Japanese rice for the Japanese rice is a little bit different than the Cambodian rice. The Japanese rice is short and little short and little stubby. Those rice they use it for the food wrapper, or not food wrapper. They call it for the Japanese cooking. And that's where the Cambodian people will go hunt for the what you call it, the crawdad. And the Japanese farmer know though, you know, I mean, if they have too many crawdad, the crawdad will feast on their rice. They do. They would chop up your rice and eat just like those caterpillar. Because caterpillar will eat it from the top down, but then the crawdad will eat it from the bottom up. They will cut it and, you know, I'm just saying, I see how they do it, you know, they just ate it like that. It's funny. Okay, here we go. I think we got it together, girlfriend. Yeah. When I was in California, I was able to go to the slough and fish for the crawdad. To fish for the crawdad is very easy, right? All you need is chicken liver and string. Yes, chicken liver and the string, and then and then you just drop it down to the canal, and then of course the crawdad will feast on the liver. Whole bunch of them, okay? Sometimes like 10, 20 of them come in. So you just slowly move up the string, and there go, because the crawdad are busy eating the liver without knowing that they were about to be eaten too. So yeah, you bring it up, and then you get to bring them home. But you need license, though. You need fishing license for that, okay? Don't you assume that you're gonna go over there and bring a whole bunch of crawdad. No, you have to have fishing license, because the fishing game will come and check on you. You know, will fine you also. You know, even just to get the clam, the freshwater clam, you have to have license. You have to have fishing license to do it. You know? And they allow you to like bring how many buckets. I don't like the freshwater clam. I don't like, because it has a parasite and all that. So, but then the Cambodian love it though. They come and they bring it home, they clean it, and then they sun dry it, they marinate it and sun dry it, and they sell it by the bucket. Is that no thanks? A lot of things that, you know, a lot of things happen in California, because for a while people were saying, oh yeah, Asian people moving in, eat everything that they can find. Yes, I agree. But you know what? That's what God put it out here for. Okay, it wasn't put out here to look pretty. It put out here to be consumed. It's just that we're so in tune with, don't know what we're eating, we don't know what we're doing, so we don't think that those are edible. But then, you know, I mean, the indigenous people know. I learned that indigenous people, they don't need fishing license to hunt or to fish. They're pretty cool. I don't know. Somebody got to go marry the indigenous people, and you know, you get free license, or you free fishing, free hunting, and all that. You know, it's super cool. So yeah, I'm just telling you. You can talk to the indigenous people. They'll tell you the same thing. That's what I was told. Okay, if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But that's what indigenous people, you know, because this is their land, so they have the right to, they have the gaming right, they have the fishing right, so they can go in a canoe and bring a whole bunch of fish without being checked, you know, like, oh, you can do 2 striper bass, oh, you can do 3 catfish, you can do 5 sunfish, and then you pay what, $100-something for the license, and you have to make 4 or 5 trips just to bring extra. Oh no, don't. I said, I'm good. I'm just gonna go to supermarket and get me some fish. Don't have to pay for license or nothing. When the license was cheaper, I used to go fishing for sunfish though, you know, I mean, as catfish, just for fun. When I'm going through some hardship in my life, and going fishing with my girlfriend, because my girlfriend was a good supporter, so she know that I need some sort of solace in my in my life. So we just go fishing and take the kid out there, and not have to worry about much. It was very nice of her though. So we just drive to the slough and sit and fish for the sunfish and sunfish. I think they call it sunfish, or there's another name for it. But yeah, those are some of the fun memories, you know. I mean, we lived through it. That's what makes us great. You know, we lived through a certain experience in life, you know, and make us great, make us to have that nice history of being human. Because God never really give us a small lesson to remember. He always give us the big lesson to remember by. Okay, so I can't get the banana leaf to work, but I got her to work this way. So what I'll do is that I probably mix a little bit more to to fill it up because it's not filled up. I want it to fill up. Okay, I still have the rice. I still have the coconut. All I need to do is just shred this baby, and here we go. Where's my shredder? Give me 1 second. I'll be done quick. Yeah, I want to fill this up. Okay, I mean it's not filling up, so I want a full look. I still have this much to go. I'll save some for me because I might want to snack it without all these ingredients here. Okay. Yeah. The moment I do it, I think I need about half a cup. Okay, I'll do that. Half a cup right now. There you go. And a little bit of juice here. Just a little bit. If you do too much, then it'll be soggy, okay? And a little bit of salt. Maybe so that. Okay. And you already got some coconut in there. It's not quite enough. And I need just a few more shredding to go, and then I should be good. And the rain sounds so pretty. It falls on the roof of our house here. Sounds so good. I love the sound of the rain. In Cambodia, we live on the bamboo thatch, so every time when the rain comes, you hear everything. The rainfall. Sometimes it rains too hard, then we have drip from the rooftop because our roof is made out of grass or coconut leaves, stuff like that. So it's not always covered, A spoon. What? Hey, I'm gonna fill up this baby, okay? How about that? It looks like something from the cookbook. Oh, here you go. Hey, make it happen, okay? Make it work. Look, I'm the coconut. Okay. It's done. Okay. Let me add some sesame seed and a little bit more of coconut, shredded coconut, and we'll be rolling. Okay, because this one it was uneven, so we're gonna use this to help keep it even Steven. Every time when I see these sesame seed, it reminds me of those little crawling creature, like an army of caterpillars that are gonna go consume all of my grandfather's sesame farm, and they will too. Only a day or two, they'll be eating everything. And the size of their army, they're gonna be eating everything. They're like a long trail of them, like maybe about 30, 40 of them lined up together, they go like, no thing. Yeah. They know where they're going, no? They smell those things, no thing. Nightmare, just like nightmare from where? Not Elm Street, Okay, my love. I had it done. Oh, I had two in the banana leaves. The one was friendly. Later on, it wasn't friendly. I don't know what the problem is, but okay. Oh, I need sesame seed on this. Where's my seeds? Okay, look at this. That half of that. Oh, you know what? Why do I think about this? Okay, hold on. Dangy. Make it look pretty. So with the banana leaves, all I do is just turn into like a little horizontal. It's just decorating idea, you know. Banana leaf, you can do so much with it, but you have to be smart about how to make this thing work for you, though. You know, I mean, you can have banana leaf around your house. You don't know what it's for, then you don't know what it's for. But now you see how I use the banana leaf into, like, you know, this beautiful cooking design here. And I have a banana tree too, but then it died because I left to Cambodia too long, and when it came back, it was like my peach tree died, my jasmine tree almost dead, and my khmerfood tree was like half dead, and what else died? My curry tree died, my banana tree died. Most of all, my peach tree died. My heirloom peach tree died. I have a purple heirloom peach. That was a big tree already. I don't know what's the problem with it. You know, maybe it has some kind of infection or some kind of disease going on, the root, rotten root or something, but it died. You know, and my passion fruit died. A lot of things die. I'm like, and my dragon fruit died. Okay, and my, what else died? Lemongrass died. I'm like, okay, this is not happening. Why it's so difficult to keep anything alive in Las Vegas? Hello. He not playing music.
I'm crashing your live. Who's on there? Let me see. Is that TikTok?
No, that's TikTok. That's YouTube.
That's YouTube. What's up, YouTube?
Hello.
What's up, TikTok? I'm crashing you. You got a lot of people on there.
Yeah. Oh, on YouTube?
Yeah, that's a lot
yeah,
of
I
people.
think a few people, a few
TikTok,
hundred
too.
people come through. Yeah, come through. So that's Stone Paxton. He is.
It's about you, not me today. Yeah, pick up the single. My birthday, February 22nd.
Oh, his birthday is coming. He's gonna be turning 25.
Yep, 25. Plus some other numbers.
I'm just turning 21.
Yeah.
Times 3, and he 25 times 2.5. We're reaching the age where we're just happy folk. You know, we're not worried about money. We're not worried about owning a home, golden yacht, golden car, nothing. We just living our life in a manner that.
Somebody said you're weird, Chef.
I'm weird. Oh, thank you so much. I take this as compliment.
Somebody said happy birthday, Lauren. People are saying happy birthday to each other on your live.
Yeah, I'm not Lauren.
Today is Lauren's birthday too. Happy birthday, Lawrence.
That's Lauren right there.
Lawrence is a Pisces.
Oh.
I think. Well, yeah. Lawrence is a Pisces, so
Well,
it's
sing
Lauren's
her
birthday
happy
today.
birthday. Lauren, boy or girl?
Lawrence got to be a guy.
Be a guy. What happened?
Yeah, today is Lauren's birthday.
Yes.
Happy birthday, Lawrence.
Yes, so
Mine
many
is the
more.
22nd.
Just another trip around the sun, okay? It takes 360 something days to orbit around the sun.
We got the Generation X people up in here. Mine's February the 22nd. I'll be 56. I feel like I'm young, Lawrence. So enjoy your birthday today. I hope you're living it up with your family and friends right now. Enjoy it, right?
Enjoy. All right, so here we go. Okay, I created this thing, so I know that you said, yeah, I don't have that, Chef Anna. Yeah, I don't know how the thing. I agree with you. You don't know what this thing. I know this thing. Growing up with this is a lot of fun. So I'm just telling you that you can go ahead and create this. All you need to do is get young coconut from the Asian supermarket or American supermarket. But make sure that you check for the freshness, meaning that it looks similar to this. Okay, nice and porcelain kind of color. Okay, it doesn't have foul smell. It has juice in it. It does not have mold growing. So okay, if you're mold growing, no good. Okay, and the juice will be sour. So like I said earlier, the juice are delicious. Okay, so from this nut here, I got a whole glass full. Okay, so there you go, enjoy. And you can freeze this and make ice cream out of it, or you can mix it in drink. You can add any kind of vegetables is preferable, any kind of berry, and make smoothie. But I'm going to enjoy this later. But most importantly today, our rice crackers from Cambodia. I think it's jasmine rice because it just sends this beautiful aroma because it's new crop, so it had this beautiful aroma which I enjoy, that I'm familiar with. Okay, so my dessert is done today. It's not fancy, it's not elaborated, but I make it look nice. Okay, and here we go. I use everything on coconut milk. I mean coconut. I use the flesh from the coconut. I use the juice for the cooking, and I also use the shell for the plate, for the bowl. So you see that? Okay, so you have to be creative. You don't have to be anything fancy, but you can do whatever that you have and make it fancy. Okay, that's what I did on here too. This is part of coconut here. Okay, so there you go. So I have my banana leaves, and I fold it into little triangles and make it work. Okay, it's beautiful. Thank you. I'm weird, I know, right? Growing up in those countries, you either be weird, be crazy, or be super smart to survive through. So I'm all of it. I'm weird, I'm smart, I'm beautiful. Just saying. Okay. I give that credit to myself. You can describe me, whatever it is, you know, I'm okay with that. Okay, well, weird is one of them. I'm weird sometimes. I'm not gonna argue with you. You know, I'm weird a lot of time. That's just because all the life experience, you know, we able to be able to talk about it. Before it was too painful to talk about it. It was too harsh to talk about it. But someone is able to open up stuff like that, you know, meaning that they've gone through it, they lived through it, they survived through it, so they'll be able to make fun out of it, you know, I mean, make it fun joke and stuff like that. So that's what happened to me, you know. I went through hell and back, so I can make joke about anything, you know. So I'm trying to live my life. So there you go. So the coconut has done its job. I love it. I think it's so cute. Okay. No one have done this before though, except for me. So you can take my ideas and make this happen at home. To get this, you have to go to Thai grocery store, Cambodian grocery store if you have access to it. I don't know, you have to go to Thailand, Cambodia, somewhere where these are being produced. You know, they're not produced here in America. They don't grow rice over here. And the Japanese people, they don't do this, or Chinese people don't make this. I don't know, but I'm just saying that I grew up where these things are being produced, so I'm just sharing that with you, okay? All right, we done good? Thank you for all the support. People on TikTok, oh, thank you for the heart. I appreciate that. Oh, that's a lot of love. Thank you. And then people on YouTube are being wonderful. No, thank you for the comment. Lawrence, again, have a beautiful birthday, however age you are. Make it work, okay? Make it beautiful. Loving yourself. Take care. Be physically active, okay? And eat good food. Don't forget some coconut milk. It's good for your hair, good for your skin. You know, wash your face well and apply some. Though, you know what? The cooking oil, the cooking coconut oil, and the cosmetic oil, about the same thing. You just put in a fancy bottles and make you pay for extra. But I use the one I use for cooking. I don't care. I use for my hair, for my skin. It worked the same way. It said coconut oil. I didn't add anything else, so it's all natural. So, all right, folks, I'm done. Okay, let me show you the last final look of our dessert today. Nothing fancy. nothing elaborate, but it's just creation. Okay, looks good. It smells good. I'm gonna have some. I'm gonna send some to my mom because this is something my mom growing up with, so it brings up good memories out of her. Okay, so I don't know, Lucy gonna try, but I'm gonna send one to her friend, the one that sent these here to me. Okay, the rest of the stuff I created, so I'm probably gonna send her this cute looking one right here, and Lorian too. So she likes it, she's gonna get some more. Okay, so, and that's the thing, that if he produced good food and people enjoyed it, and this has become your sponsor, they buy for the food, they pay for the food, so allow me to cook even better food. Okay, so with the rest of the shell, I got more in here. So this is gonna be family serving, okay? And I make individual size here, and the banana leaves, I can make cover for it. The banana leaf are being unfriendly right now. I don't even want to deal with. Okay, so I have 2 of those. So I have 2 of those, and I have 2 of the coconut because I crack it open, and I got a little one, and I got a big one, and I'm done for tonight. Okay, I'm coming back over here. I'm thinking about I want to have recipe for it sometime. Like I said, I wanted my finger to heal a little bit before I started doing cooking, touching meat and stuff like that. You know that I don't like to use gloves. It's just like, so I wanted my finger to heal a little bit better before I touching all that stuff. But even with a glove, I should be okay. But let me decide what I'm gonna do tomorrow. Okay. But tonight it was good to have this sharing with you from the culture food aspect in Cambodia and Thailand also. So I just share this culture food with you. Got like a whole scenario. Okay, if you want to do this, like I said, if it's not available, then I'm sorry. It's not always going to be available because this thing right here is not getting shipped over. It's not being it's not probably not in the market. If you have family members who travel at this time, they'll bring some from Cambodia or Thailand. That's the only time where you can get this kind of product. So I saw this in Stockton, California, where all the Asian folks are. So these are being brought in, and they have this in the market. But it's quite expensive, you know, because it's like one of those hard to find or rare kind of food. You know, this is not like an everyday rice crispy where you can go to Safeway and get a box and have it for cereal. These right here have to come from the country where produced this is very little that they're gonna bring it out from the country. So, they only produce like maybe once a year. So that way, if you don't catch it during the season like this time, then you don't catch it. You have to wait until another new year come and you catch it. Okay, right. So I'm good. I'm done. I want to say thank you so much for your support. I appreciate all of you. Thank you, Mom, for the fire burning. I mean, hot and great. Thank you so much for the heart on my TikTok. You guys are super people. Please don't forget to follow me. So I always go back and try to respond to your comment as many as I could because I have flooded of comments. Sometimes it's I don't even have time to sit down to do that. But in advance, I just want to say thank you so much and appreciate all of you, each one of you who send me the comment and the heart and the love and the support. I enjoy that a lot, and make sure that you subscribe to my channel. I go back and subscribe on YouTube also. And not only just that, if you follow me on my TikTok, I go back and follow. I click like and comment, and because those kind of support that we give to each other. Okay, so much love and respect. Oh, Chinese New Year is I think today Lucy wanted to take us to the Buddhist temple because she wanted to get some free food from the monk. Because at the Vietnamese Buddhist monk temple, they all eat. Other monks consume vegetarian diet because Lucy is vegetarian and vegan. So when she go to the temple, she makes some donations. She allowed to bring some of those food home. So that's what we're going to do later today. He said, don't you go anywhere. Make sure you wait for me. We're going to go to the temple. So I wanted to spend this time with her because she invited us to this extent, extended her invitation. So I think yesterday she took us to eat one of the new Vietnamese restaurant, which is okay. It was fine until this waiter, she came out, and my sweetheart, he wanted an extra can of Sprite, And she went to the kitchen and started saying, in Vietnamese. And then Lucy caught it. I didn't catch it. And then when she came home, she said, oh, that waitress was saying that he should have ordered more food instead of drink. I said, we pay for the drink, it's not free. It's not a free refill. So why she even make a kind of statement in her language? If I say in English, I would have said something back to her. Somebody went back and gave her a yelp, it's like, it's not free drink. If you're gonna order 10 drink, then he make extra money, like $4 per can. So, if he ordered 10, that would be like $40. So what's the problem with that, So he already got his bowl of noodle soup already. He don't need any more food. He want his drink. He was thirsty, so he want extra can of Sprite. And then he ordered it. She came back, and then she went back and in the back of us. And so I'm like, okay. So why don't you say something to her? Because you understand Vietnamese more than I do. So, and I don't want to cause a scene. So I would cause a scene because I'm like a professional scene. Okay, folks, love all of you. It's been great. I appreciate all of you. Okay, so you have a good evening, good morning where you're at. Until I see you tomorrow. Lauren, go celebrate your birthday. Get the biggest cake. No, smaller bite. Okay, love. Happy birthday to you again. And happy birthday to those who born on the month of February, whether in the past or it's coming. Happy belated. Early spring babies. Okay, I was the New Year baby, so I'm done with that. I turned out good. Still here. Okay, another year. And happy birthdays to all those who born in the month of February. Okay, the Valentine babies, the early spring baby, and your babies. This month, well, my baby, the one I care for, her birthday is this month too. And my sweetheart, his birthday is coming up next week, and he's looking forward to be another trip around the sun. Okay.